So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like it was
Terence Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
so dominant.
And Terence Crawford continue to be great, continue to do you.
What happens when the greatest boxer of his era finally starts to feel the weight of time? When the man who once dominated every division, every spotlight, every paycheck suddenly becomes the one being questioned. For Floyd Money Mayweather, that moment played out live when he lashed out at Terence Crawford and insisted, "I'm still better." The internet exploded because this wasn't a random outburst. It was the undefeated king of boxing responding to the man many now call the sport's new face. The same fighter who recently defeated Canelo Alvarez and shook boxing to its core. To understand why Floyd reacted the way he did, you have to look back. For years, Mayweather was untouchable, 50 wins, 0 losses, a flawless record. He turned defense into an art form, made millions seem ordinary, and rewrote history with ease.
150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all.
Then came Terence Bud Crawford, a fighter cut from the same cloth but shaped for a new era. Crawford wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing greatness. And when he defeated Canelo Alvarez, everything changed. He was no longer just another champion, he became the man. The fighter many believe could have beaten even a prime Floyd.
In a fight, you or prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Think about it. Canelo faced both men in their primes. Floyd outclassed a young Canelo, no doubt about it. But in 2024, when Crawford stepped in with him, it wasn't close. But didn't just win, he dominated, making the bigger man look ordinary.
The ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
After the fight, when reporters asked Canelo who the better fighter was between Mayweather and Crawford, he didn't hesitate. He said Crawford was better.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That statement sent shockwaves through the boxing world. It wasn't just a compliment. It was a dagger aimed straight at Mayweather's legacy. If the man Floyd built part of his myth on now says Crawford was the tougher opponent, it changes everything.
Remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So.
What was Canelo? 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
See, Did he lose? I mean,
Well, prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, don't you? I
Want to
mean,
make himself look like he did something.
Floyd's entire career was built on perfection. No losses, no weaknesses, no equals. But suddenly, people began to wonder, could Crawford actually beat Mayweather? Could he be the one fighter capable of dethroning the greatest ever?
Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
That's when Floyd started to change. He began dropping hints, subtle at first, and then louder. In interviews, he started saying things like, "I've still got it. And if I wanted to come back, I could." At first, fans thought it was just Floyd being Floyd. Then came the announcement that shocked everyone. Floyd Mayweather was in talks for a professional comeback, not an exhibition. A real fight.
That you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
And the name that kept coming up was Terence Crawford. Floyd wanted to prove a point. He wanted to remind the world that no matter what Crawford does, no matter how many belts he wins or who he beats, he will never be Money Mayweather.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
But before even thinking about a fight with Crawford, Floyd had another name on his list, Mike Tyson. The two legends are scheduled to face off in an exhibition next April.
Could have fought any fighter, any era. Who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love for him. I wish he was my way.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
That fight isn't about belts or records. It's about pride. Tyson has made it clear he doesn't respect Mayweather, viewing him as arrogant and unwilling to take real risks. And he's promised to expose him in front of the world.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way, too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
But let's be real. The Floyd versus Mike Tyson fight is already causing chaos in the boxing world. Fans are calling it a circus, claiming it's not a real fight, but just another payday.
Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but
critics arguing that a 61-year-old Mike Tyson has no business stepping into the ring again, especially against someone like Floyd, who's still fast, sharp, and active. And they're not wrong, it's definitely controversial.
It's just shit, isn't it? I mean, like, let's be honest, like, I hate, in a way, and I know people go, oh, you can talk, you fuck. I just hate some things that are happening in boxing. Like, I don't mind if some, you know, like even Jake Paul, I don't mind Jake Paul. I think he's a young guy who's taking boxing seriously. I think he's improving. I think he's doing training camps. But why would you want, how old's Mayweather? 50? You got a, what? How old's Floyd Mayweather?
48.
You lot don't even know. You're supposed to be boxing. Yeah, I know, yeah. But all right, 48, 49, whatever. I was going to say, that's old. It's 2 years older than me. Right, what I'm saying is, who wants to watch a 48, 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson? It's just bullshit. Like, and as much as I love money, I just wouldn't do that. Because I actually, whether you believe me or Pete, you believe me, I love boxing too much. I think it's disgusting. It's just so shit. Like, who wants to watch that? Yet people will watch it, so I understand. But it's just like, I just find it.
Jake Paul already faced backlash when he fought Tyson, and now Floyd is about to face the same wave of criticism. But here's the thing. If Floyd dominates Tyson as most expect, he can flip that narrative. That win could be his redemption, a chance to prove he still has it, and possibly set the stage for the long-awaited showdown with Terence Crawford.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
That's why Floyd's recent outburst hit so hard. When he went live and said, "I'm still better," you could feel the frustration behind the words. It wasn't confidence, it was desperation. He was watching the sport move on without him, watching Crawford become its new face. For a man whose identity was built on being untouchable, that's a nightmare. But the facts speak for themselves. Crawford is undefeated, undisputed in 2 divisions, and has faced the best available opponents. Not just beating them, but dominating them. He's one of the few fighters who can switch stances mid-round and make it look effortless.
Like, I can bet the house on it's Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different.
Even Floyd himself once admitted that Crawford's style reminded him of his own, the patience, the adaptability, the ability to read opponents like a book. But here's the difference. Floyd never had that finishing instinct. Crawford does. He doesn't just win, he destroys.
One is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. We ain't going up that much.
Now fans are asking, is Crawford really the evolution of Floyd Mayweather? For Mayweather, that question is disrespectful because in his mind, there's no evolution, only imitation. He said, these guys learn from me. Everything they do, they got from watching me. So how can they be better?
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have
Can't
an
say
OG
about
somewhere.
anybody
though.
else.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right?
Figure
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you gotta.
There's
yeah.
an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
But here's where Floyd is wrong. Crawford isn't trying to be Mayweather. He's not chasing Floyd's money or fame, he's chasing something deeper. He's chasing legacy, fighting for history, not headlines. That's what separates them. Floyd always chose money.
Everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting up?
Floyd is facing a battle he's never fought before, irrelevance. The media spotlight that once followed him everywhere is now shared with names like Crawford, JVA&T Davis, and even Jake Paul.
Both Canelo and Mayweather, you fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
So when Floyd said, "I'm still better," it wasn't just aimed at Crawford. It was a message to everyone, fans, media, the new generation trying to move on. He wants them to remember he's still here.
Do you think he's better than Mayweather after his win over Canelo Alvarez?
No, I don't think nobody is better than Mayweather. No.
What do you think he needs to do to eclipse the likes of the greats in Mayweather, Ali? Do you think it's possible?
I'm not saying he is a great fighter. He's great in his own right. But to ask me, is he better than Mayweather? I don't think no one is better than Floyd Mayweather. No one. If we're talking about fast process, if we're talking about speed, if we're talking about punch accuracy, if we're talking about punch selection, if we're talking about poisonous, God forbid we're talking about defense, there's not too many that come close. They can't even carry his jockstrap. Floyd Mayweather's on another level, and we shouldn't forget that since we haven't seen him in the ring in some time.
And honestly, he's not completely wrong. Floyd Mayweather will always be one of the greatest minds in boxing. His ring IQ is unmatched, his defense, footwork, and control are on another level. He didn't need power to win. He beat you mentally before throwing a punch. This fight, if it happens, carries completely different stakes for both men. For Floyd, there's nothing to lose. If he beats Crawford, he becomes immortal, the man who came back at 50 and defeated the pound-for-pound king. If he loses, people will just say he was too old. For Crawford, the risk is enormous. A win might be dismissed as beating a retired legend, but a loss could erase everything he's built. That's what makes this matchup so compelling. It's not just about punches or titles. It's about pride, eras, and one man defending his crown while another stakes his claim.
Rank now, all time. Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got to top is Floyd.
You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
But here's the irony. No matter what happens next, Floyd's legacy is already sealed. And so is Crawford's. Maybe, just maybe. They're both right in their own way. Floyd may have been the best ever. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best there is.
For the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played the part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.